Hi guitar mates, hope you are doing well. It's Jeff Sinker back with a lesson, and this lesson is going to be something different. We are looking at Holyground by the Dead Daisies. This song was suggested to me by John, one of my subscribers. Great call out on this one, by the way. I am enjoying listening to the song. Dead Daisies, if you're not familiar with them, Doug Aldrich, late of Whitesnake. He joined this band a number of years ago. It was kind of a side project for him because Whitesnake wasn't doing too much, of course. But you've got Glenn Hughes on the bass and the vocals. Glenn Hughes, obviously, Deep Purple. Also, Black Country Reunion, which is kind of the metal or the rock thing for Joe Bonamassa. So it's got great quality in there. We've also got on Dave Lowry on the rhythm guitar, and we have got Brian Tichy on the drums. I believe I've got it the right way around on that. Really is a good song, but it does come with some problems. Mainly drop down C. The tuning on this drop down C, what you've got to do, low E string has got to be to a C. Your A taken down to a G, the D to a C, the G to an F, the B has got to go down to the A, and the D goes down, sorry, the E goes down to the D. Now, that works quite well if you've got 10 and 11 gauge strings, but I've only got hybrid 9s on this, so when I took them down, they did get a little bit rubbery, and you can hear that a few times when I'm playing through. I do apologise. Nothing I could do about this then. I couldn't really string the guitars that quickly. I don't think it spoils the lesson and the learning of this, just some of the playbacks just sound a little bit rough. But really, I just wanted to get through all the elements of the song for you, show you how to play this. You put better strings on it and do a little bit more practice, you're going to get this sounding real close to the way Doug was doing it. I did take a lot of information from a Facebook video that Doug Aldrich put out there about a year ago, just after Holyground was released. So you're going to see certain things that are slightly different to any covers you might have seen of this. I have tabbed this as best I can as well. There is a link below, will take you to the tab, and of course when we go through the lesson we will have the on-screen tablature for you. I do think I've covered everything about this, so let's get into it and let me show you how to play Holyground. And if you like it, hit that like button. Right, let's get into it. Right, let me just play through that opening riff and then I'll break it down for you. So it goes like this. Right, I know you've probably seen it if you've been looked at any cover versions of this, that it's been played different in the cover versions, but I did find a video, you've probably seen it yourself, of Doug playing this through on Facebook. So I'm playing it the way that Doug was playing it, or I believe I was playing it the way Doug was playing it. So what are we doing? Well, we are starting off on what would be seen as a, it should be an F5 chord, but what we're doing there, we're just holding down the 5 on the A, and then I'm holding down the 7 and the 7 on the D and the G, which should give us what they say is an F5 chord. And we're going to move between that shape and pulling the finger back to the 3rd fret. But he's always going to be putting a little chug in between. So we get this. So you get this where you go in. That's that movement. So we're doing 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. And that last part is just a 3 on the low E and a pull off. Now when he's played that 3 times, we then have got this where we're playing 7 and 7 there on the E and the A string, open string to the 5/5, and then we're going to play 3/2, and then this final chord, which is actually the start of the verse, which is a C sus2, but it feels though it's part of the same line. So and what we're playing there, we've got open strings, A and D open string, and then G2, and then B3. Like I said, that chord though is the start of the verse section, which goes like this. Okay, so let's just break it down. C sus2 chord, which we know now. We're going to move up a minor third. Now, what you could see this is a C minor 7 with a G in the bass, but really it's just a minor third up from that C sus2. So we're just playing across that. We're playing a G5 and a B6. Now we're into the riff, which is played not based as a chord, it's more of an individual note that we're playing. It's very, very similar what we've just been playing. We're getting this. So we're playing. That's what we're playing as far as the notes, but we're getting two chugs on the E string, so we get that's your line. And you're going to play that twice. Of course, he's playing a lot faster than that, but start off slow. And then start working up your speed. Try and get a bit of a mute on there as well, kind of reducing the sound of what you're driving through there. Now, once you've played that twice, you go back to the C sus2, but there's a change because we got this. So we're taking that shape there. We are then moving all the way up to the 7 and the 8 on the G and B, and then back to the original, which was on the 5 and the 7. And then we repeat two more of the chugs. So you get. Then you got. Back into that. Normal one back. Back into that, and then your riff. Now from there we go into this section, which goes like this. So what are we doing there? Well, we've got our usual C sus2. Move up that minor third, 3 frets, C minor 7 with a G, you can call it that. Then we move over to an F chord, and that's an inversion chord. When you've played this shit before, I'm sure at some point, we are playing, third finger is doing D9, your first finger is playing G7, and your second finger is playing B8. Then we move down and we've got a diagonal line shape coming across here for this G sharp chord. So we're playing third finger is playing 8 on the D, your second finger is playing G7, and your first finger is playing B6. Then we go back to our C sus2, move up to our C minor 7, and then we've got our usual. Now, that takes us into the chorus section. So let's go and see exactly what Doug is playing through there. Now that would repeat all over again. So, C sus2, our usual go-to chord there. Now what happens, we're going to be moving up to a D sharp 5, so we put our bar across 3rd fret from the A string down, covering all of them, and we are going to be playing, 3rd finger plays G5, and our little finger plays the B6. Then we move up 2 frets, so we're back on our F5 chord. So it's exactly the same shape, 3 frets up. Then we're going to play the 5 and 5 on the E and the A, down to the 3rd fret, to the 2nd fret, back to the C sus2, up to the D sharp 5 again. Then we have a G sharp chord. Now this is just like playing a B flat 5 chord. We're holding down 1st fret on the A string, and the remainder of the fingers are playing the 3, 3 and 3, D, G and B. Then we have got a G chord, which is just the same as playing an A5 chord. And then our usual, the 3, 2, back again, repeat. Now from that part we then go back, and we are now on a repeat line here because we're going to go back to the beginning of the song. So we've got that. Goes back and repeat the entire song all over again up to that section. Right, now at this point we are at the guitar solo, and there is a change of key. He's moving up to a G, which is the same as you playing your A5 chord. So he's going to play 8 bars while he's playing through the solo, and all we're doing is this. There's 8 bars of that, then he shifts up to will be a D5 chord, so you're playing 5 and 7 on the A and the D. You play that for 4 bars. Go back to our A5 chord for 2 bars. And then we come out of the solo, and we're going to do similar to what you did right at the beginning. We have got our C sus chord again. Moves up to the minor 7. Now this time he doesn't go across to the F, he just goes straight into the diagonal, which is that 8, 7 and 6. So out of the solo. And then he goes back into his chorus, so we get that. And he plays through the chorus. Now in this time he plays that through 4 times. So we've got the 4 times on that chorus circuit. Once you've played the chorus 4 times, he then goes back to that intro. He goes and plays that for just the same as the previous. And it coming out of the extended chorus, we then go back into our riff, that intro riff, that. Now, I believe it. I might be slightly wrong because he does change a couple of his positions, but it seemed like the same chord. But he's just playing that riff. After you've played that intro riff, you got this. Sounds like he's playing that 4 times. And he ends up on that C, so it's 2 chord. Now, they are all of the elements of the song. I know some of them might be wrong, and I'm sure if you've noticed, because of the thickness of the strings I have got on here, as I've mentioned previously, I've only got 9s and I'm taking it all the way down to a drop C. I am having a few issues on the tuning. But if you've got 10s or 11s, preferably 11s, you're not going to have that same problem that I got. But I believe, listening to the song, looking at what Doug Aldrich was doing, because even on the Facebook demo he was shifting around in the structure, but I do believe that is the structure. I played through with the song and it all seemed to fit. I said I haven't covered the solo yet, I just really wanted to get down the rhythm guitar parts. Anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed that lesson. If you have, show your appreciation. If you are not a subscriber, click on that subscribe button. Whatever you are, subscriber, not subscriber, please support the channel. Hit that like button. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. So until the next lesson, this is Jeff, and I will speak to you again real soon. Till then, goodbye.